Good evening, this is Kev, here to drive you crazy, and welcome back to this video, and just a little bit of information to be sharing with you guys about what has been going on with me in the last couple of days. The first thing that I will talk about is my ACR-I card. So currently that is still my tourist one, but originally on the other video, I was talking a little bit about how they had said that the ACR-I card wasn't going to be anything I had to worry about, simply because with my 13A stamp in my passport, that would be another form of my card. But a couple of days ago, I just got the text message from them to say that they will need to renew it, simply because of the fact that my other one, this one right here, was going to be expiring in December. So ultimately they gave me the text message that says make sure that I come there with my wife, be bringing my original passport, a photocopy of my BOC or Board of Commissioners form, which is something I actually forgot to mention that you do receive at the end of your 13A probationary paperwork. You do get that, so they just needed a photocopy of that, the photocopy of the stamp that they gave for the 13A visa, as well as my most recent updated tourist visa extension. So all that just getting turned in, basically just going there and going into their office. They just wait for you to get called in. You go in there, they read to you back your name, your birth date. They ask you to take a picture of yourself, you know, front and side, and then be able to get all of your fingerprints scanned into the system. Once again, all of that information is necessary because of the chip on the card right here, which basically will hold all of your information that is necessary for the government to be able to recognize you as an immigrant coming into the country. So all of that is going to be updated. They're going to have the pictures updated, the fingerprints updated, making sure that the name, the birth date, all of that is confirmed. And so far from that, everything got turned in the other day, and I am just actually waiting now for them to give me a call back to actually receive my new card. So surprisingly, I was, not expecting that, because again, what the original thing was mentioned was I wasn't going to have to worry about it, but it is done, and I will be receiving my new card. Again, I will still need to go in for the yearly check-ins every December and February time, but at least now I have a little bit more clarity about a new ACR-I card that will at least allow me to have an understanding about being a resident citizen here in the Philippines. And secondly of all, which is also something that I know I've talked about before, I do have my fully vaccination card. But one thing that was talked about was with my wife planning on some traveling, hopefully, and what was able to receive not too long ago is my yellow passport. So basically what this yellow passport is just a passport that you can use whenever you go to an airport that will probably try to ask you the exact same thing as having one of your own vaccination cards, simply allowing you to show that you have the reason to travel with the fully vaccinations guaranteed approved. The way that you go about this is by making sure that you go onto the Bureau of Quarantine website and setting up an appointment time to be able to go to the Bureau of Quarantine and file out to be able to receive this passport. Luckily for us, the wait time on it was extremely long. If you haven't tried to get any of this done, I would honestly suggest trying to see when is the most opportune time. It is not that difficult for you to actually obtain it. The three things that I basically needed when I went in there to file, which was the reference number that you will get when you get your appointment set up. So that way it'll get a print up, it'll have a reference number, a QR code, it'll say your name, your information, and all that. And you just have this piece of paper that you can print up as soon as you set up your appointment and bring that in with you while you're going. The other thing was obviously just confirm on having your card, so that way they can have it all set up, so that way when you go into it, they're gonna have your new QR code, your name signed off on here, and then all the information to say what you are cleared for on traveling throughout the world, by obviously their standards of still what is available for you to be able to travel, and the locations that will be given. And of course, just because I am still pending on my immigration status here, my passport, which was a very necessary thing because it is what I need amongst traveling throughout other countries. All of this really simple. Again, the only thing that really is the more difficult process is just the wait time and the availability that is for these passports, because there is a lot of people who are trying to travel now. COVID is kind of backing off a little bit. Quarantine regulations aren't as enforced now, as long as you do show that you have your vaccines, and having a yellow passport just like this will help just further along yourself on not having to worry. Obviously, just country to country restrictions will always still be matters, but to me, having this allows me and my wife guarantee understanding that we can be able to travel now wherever we may want to go, which includes the US, but that will be another thing I will talk about a little bit later on down the road, because we are still working on that to hopefully get back to Hawaii and meet up with my family by that point in time. But I want to thank you guys very much for watching my video. Please leave a like on this video for me, and of course my subscription button is going to be right over here, so that way you can continue following me. My name is Cab, and I'm here to drive you crazy. Aloha, God bless, take care.